वर्णिवेशरमणीयदर्शनं मन्दहासरुचिरात्ननाम्बुजं पूजितं सुरनरोत्तमैर्मुदा धर्मनन्दनमहं विचिन्तये। प्रभु तव मूर्ति विनोदकारी, पलपन विसरे नहीं जो विसारी। जुगल चरण सोड़ चिन्ह जेह, नजर समीपे रहो अमारी एह। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर, गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बोलो श्री स्वामीनारायण भगवाननी जय, श्री हरि कृष्ण महाराजनी जय, श्री घनश्याम महाराजनी जय, श्री ठाकुर जी महाराजनी जय, श्री सद्गुरु देवनी जय। Supreme Almighty, our beloved Thakur Ji Maharaj, our Adi Gurudev Muktanand Swami, and all the other Muktanandiya Sadguru up to Pujya Dada Guruji and Pathmi Control Liberation Pujya Path Guruji, and all of you devotees, Jai Swaminarayan. Today Yuva Sabha, week 9. Today's theme is Samarpan. Samarpan meaning dedication. We know in the world, in your daily life, you have a kind of dedication in your life. Some have dedication towards their study. The others have the dedication to playing any sports. The others have dedication towards the service for their parents. In this way, in this world, even the one who is a devotee of Bhagwan or not, that doesn't matter. But most of the people have dedication in their lives for one thing or the another. In the same way, a devotee of Bhagwan should have dedication for satsang. Dedication doesn't mean only to offer financially, meaning only to donate some amount of money. That doesn't mean the 100% dedication. Dedication is a wide subject in the term of spirituality, in the term of our satsang. Why? Because the building of the satsang constructed on the base of the dedication. This dedication not only of the money, this dedication is not only of the manual service, this dedication is also, along with money and manual service, along with those things, the dedication of one's mind, one's speech, and one's deed. Meaning, when all these three things combine, then and then one's dedication is considered as 100% dedication. Let me see what Shriji Maharaj himself says in the Vachanamrut regarding Samarpan. What is our duty? This is the first thing. If we are serious for our duties, then we can do something for the satsang. In this satsang, after entering this satsang, we have attained many things. We are given free of charge many great things, like Bhagwan's divine form, meaning understanding regarding the supremacy of Bhagwan. Second thing, the spiritual master, meaning one's Sadguru, Satpurus. Third, Ekantik Santo and Bhaktos. Fourth, the scriptures. fifth, the mandirs. In this way, we have attained many great things, which is not only rare but the rarest of the rare for the others. How consider how many people in this world, like millions of people living on this earth right now. But amongst those millions of people, only very rare amount of people have chance to understand what is Swaminarayan, to understand what is this satsang. And thousands of such people who consider themselves are the devotee of Bhagwan Swaminarayan. But amongst those thousands of people, still they have not so fortunate like us, that because they didn't get the Muktanandiya Parampara Sadguru, and we are the selected people amongst those thousands of devotees. We are chosen by Maharaj himself, Muktanand Swami himself, and that is why we are considered as the disciples of Muktanand Swami's great Guru Parampara. This is what we have attained after entering this satsang. But now, as we get all these things free of charge, without doing any endeavors in the satsang, without doing anything to please Maharaj and Muktanand Swami and the Sadgurus, they have just gifted us all these things. But now, we should think for this. I have attained all these very special things, but is there any particular duties I have to perform? Is there any particular things I have to do for that? Yes. In this world, there is totally different rules. First, you have to pay to consume something. But in the path of God, in the satsang, the method is totally different. We are given bhagwan, ekantik satpurus, ekantik santo, bhakto, these mandirs, these satsang, these scriptures, everything first. And after that, we have to pay for that. I'm not talking to you regarding your monetary donations. I'm talking to you regarding the dedication or donation regarding our swabhav, many such things which is not appropriate for a devotee, which may lies in our life. Even after passing many years in the satsang, we have to give up all those things from our life. That is our dedication. What Maharaj, Ekantik Satpurus, our Sadguru Pujya Guruji, all our present Santo and Bhakto wants from they want this from us. They do not want only money from us. They want these things from us, our swabhav. Let us see what Maharaj says in the Vachanamrut. Vachanamrut Garuda Middle 62. Sriji Maharaj explained, if a person aspires for liberation, he should place his body, wealth, home, family and relations in the service of God. Furthermore, he should shun any object that may not be of use in serving God. So in this Vachanamrut, Sriji Maharaj says, if a person aspires for liberation. So in this Vachanamrut, Sriji Maharaj talking for the one who aspires for liberation. So first and foremost, we should think in our mind. Do I really want to attain liberation or not? And if answer yes, then the another question arises. What I am doing for that? Suppose in the world you want to get new tablet in Black Friday or new iPhone during the Black Friday sale, then you definitely try to search in the computer like which is the best deal for me, right? Yes. Now after getting the best deal, you effort for that. Meaning if the deal is online, then you place the order. You pay for that first, and after that, within 2 days, if you have a Prime account in Amazon, then you can get within 2 days your desired tablet or iPhones. But you pay for that. You did some effort for that. But here, in the case of our liberation, we all deserve to get liberation. We all have desire. But the next question, am I doing something for attaining liberation? That is the main question for us. What we are doing for that? We are just in the morning doing puja, that's it. Doing some mansi puja like during the day, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, maybe some of you 5 times. Going to mandir in the weekends, just listening katha 1 or 2 hours and that's it. No, that's not the way to get liberation. Sriji Maharaj here says, if a person aspires for liberation, he should place his body, wealth, home, family and relations in the service of God. Furthermore, he should shun any object that may not be of use in serving God. It is not like that. If your iPhone or if your tablet is not come into use for Santo or Bhagwan or Puji Guruji or other Bhakta, that doesn't mean you have to throw it into the garbage. That doesn't mean. But Maharaj says, any object that may not be used in serving God. Serving God meaning, if you are following their agnyas, Bhagwan and Satpurush agnya, then it is in the service of God. If you are using your iPhone, tablets, laptops, whatever you have, your car, whatever, but if you are using those things according to satsang's rules, according to the agnya of Ekantik Satpurush and Bhagwan, according to the scriptures rules, then it is considered as you are using those things in the service of Bhagwan and his Satpurush. Otherwise, if you are misusing those things, you are using in such a way that is not appropriate for a duty of God, then it is considered useless things. But before that, Sriji Maharaj says he should place his body, wealth, home, family and relations in the service of God. That is important thing. How we can place our own body in the service of God and His Sant? How we can put our wealth, our home, our family relations, everything in the service of God? It is not possible because like the other relatives, we do not have any right on them. Like we can forcefully send them to the service, send them to the mandir. It is not Sriji Maharaj's intention. But the meaning of putting all these things in the service of God, meaning we should try our best to remain in the Agnya, remain in the commands of Maharaj and his Ekantik Satpurush. That is called, we have put our body in the service of Bhagwan. If Bhagwan says we should not eat outside food, we should shun that. If Bhagwan says this is your Vartman, 5 Vartmans, and that is why I am talking about that. Sriji Maharaj says we should not drink any alcoholic beverages or do not consume anything which has meat extract. So if we do not do that, then it is said we have put our body in the service of God. Bhagwan says you should do puja every day in the morning. If we perform, Bhagwan says you should perform Mansi Puja. Guruji says like you should, as a devotee, you should do Mansi Puja at least 3 times. If you do not have that much time for performing 5 times Mansi Puja, then you should at least perform 3 times. And if you perform 3 times Mansi Puja, that is called you have put your body in the service of Bhagwan. In the same way, if you have your home, your wealth, your property, but everything according to Bhagwan and his Ekantik Satpurus Agnya. One devotee has Agnya to earn more and more money, or some devotee has Agnya to have more and more business, to grow his business more and more. If he has one store and Bhagwan's Ekantik Satpurus says you should next 2 years you should have at least 5 stores, and if that devotee try as much as he can do, then it is said he had put his wealth, property, home, everything in the service of God. On the other hand, the other devotees, Bhagwan or his Ekantik Satpurus, says you should not do more business now. You should renounce your business, and you have to do only job, not to do business. And if that devotee performed that, that is called he had put everything, like his wealth, his property, everything in the service of God. Otherwise, if he tried to get more and more business, then he is not considered as he had put everything in the service of God. Why? Because he is doing for his own account, not for following the Agnya. So, in short, if we do anything for pleasing God, pleasing Ekantik Satpurus like that of Puja Guruji, whatever we do, that is considered we have put everything in service of Bhagwan. The another meaning of this sentence, what I think is that, as Sriji Maharaj says, family and relations in the service of God. So that means we should inspire others to join the satsang. Just as this year Puja Guruji announced for us Loyadham Parivar devotees Swaminarayan Mahamantra verse. So we our own self should try to chant as much as we can Swaminarayan, 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 Swaminarayan. Not only that, but whoever come into contact of us, our friends, your relatives, your family members, whoever, you can talk to them. Like Ekantik Satpurus, like that of Puja Guruji, he had announced this year. And if we perform as much bhajan as we can by following his Agnya, then it will be considered as double by Bhagwan. And we inspire other to join in this moment. We inspire other to donate for Loyadham Mandir, because it's a very heavy project. It's big project. And if we inspire other to join this moment, we inspire other to come for the Sabha every weekend, we inspire other to join in the Zoom Sabhas, then it is considered as we have put our family and relation in the service of God. This cannot be done by force. This can be done only and only by explaining the glory of Maharaj Ekantik Satpurus, our Loyadham Parivar Santo Bhakto. There is no any other way. So if we speak in this way, then it is our dedication for satsang. Now let us see what Sriji Maharaj says in the third Vachanamrut of Loya. when the question asked by Bhagwadanand Swami and Sivanand Swami, to this, Sriji Maharaj replied, what would a person who has faith in God and his Sant, coupled with the knowledge of their greatness, not do for the sake of God and his Sant? For them, he would renounce his family, renounce any fear of public ridicule, renounce kingdom, renounce pleasures, renounce wealth, renounce his wife, and in the case of a woman, she would renounce her husband. So that case here, Sriji Maharaj says, if we have faith in Bhagwan and his Sant, Sant meaning Ekantik Satpurus, if we have such a faith, then we can do everything for them. If we have faith in Bhagwan, if we have faith in Puja Guruji, then we not only donate what we earn, but even we donate our own swabhav as well. We can also do what they says. Not less than that, not more than that. That is our dedication. That is called Samarpan. But Maharaj says here, we should renounce family, renounce any fear of public ridicule, renounce a kingdom, meaning whatever we have, a position or authority, something like that. Renounce pleasures, all happiness. Renounce wealth, renounce wife, and in the case of women, she should renounce her husband. In this way, Sriji Maharaj says, if we have a faith in Bhagwan and his Sant, Ekantik Satpurus, so we can do everything for them. In short, we can do everything for them. There is no any particular single thing in this world that we cannot do for them. If we found that Bhagwan or his Ekantik Satpurus like that of Puja Guruji, they really need this thing, we immediately can give those things to them. If we found that like the Loyadham needs some money, then we can afford at least 10% of our amount, what we earn. We can, and I think all the Loyadham Parivar Bhaktos, they are doing this seva, this samarpan, this dedication of money. Like they are paying their 10% amount from their earnings. And if anyone who is listening this katha and not paying this, then they should start. This is Agnya, direct Agnya of Maharaj himself. Moreover, Sriji Maharaj says one should renounce everything like his family life. If you want to become a sadhu, then you can do that for the sake of Maharaj and Ekantik Satpurus. Now, if it is too late for you to take this decision to renounce family life and become a sadhu, then no worries. Train your child, train your kids in such a way like they can join the satsang and they can renounce everything. For that you can train them in such a way. And for that you have to renounce many things by yourself. You have to renounce your hobbies, renounce your you have to give them time. And then you can do that. You can train your kids so that they can become a sadhu. This is what the Samarpan. Now what Puja Guruji says. Puja Guruji says absolute rest lies in surrender. Meaning Samarpan. Absolute rest lies in Samarpan. In Gujarati, Puja Guruji says many times, Sampurna Hadvasto Samarpan Mache. What it does mean? We all desire for the happiness. But for getting happiness, we are not ready to give something. For getting iPhone, we are ready to pay $1,000 or more than that. For getting a new car, we are ready to pay some amount. But we are not ready to get happiness by paying some amount. What is that amount? Nothing. That's the dedication. 100% dedication. If we have 70% dedication, we can feel only 70% happiness. If we have 10% of samarpan, we can only enjoy 10% of happiness. And if we have 100% of samarpan, then we can enjoy 100% of happiness. We have many devotees in this satsang, in Loyadham Parivar satsang. Like, as they have dedicated their everything, even though they are living in household life, still they have renounced everything by their mind. And because of that, they are enjoying 100% happiness in their life. They do not have any kind of tension, they do not have any kind of worries, they do not have any kind of nothing to do like that. They do not have to think for their own life, what will happen to me. They do not have that question, because they have dedicated their everything to Bhagwan and Puja Guruji. So we can take the prerna, we can take the inspiration from their lives. Because we want to get happiness in our life. And now we have to become ready to pay for that. And that is nothing but the samarpan, dedication. Let me see how at the time of Sriji Maharaj, how the devotees, what kind of dedication and how dedicated they are for Sriji Maharaj. First Charitra, Kanubai of Sutraj. That is a long story. I am just narrating in a short. You can get the material and you can read by yourself. But in this story, in the case of Kanubai, they were in very poor family. Pitambar Bhai, his wife Kanubai, and they have 4 kids. They were very poor. They are making a pot out of the clay pot, not the steel or something else, but they are making that pots and they are selling them one village to other, and whatever they earn from that, and for the whole year they have to live on that amount. They have 4 kids, and when they met Maharaj, when Maharaj came to their village, as before Maharaj had promised them, and when Maharaj came there, then the eldest son, Khodo, his name was Khodo, he was at that time 22 years old. Hamir, the second one, is 20 years of age. Dayo, the third one, is 18 years of age, and the youngest, Premji, is 16 years of age. So these 4 brothers living with their mother. At the time when Sriji Maharaj came to their home, at the time, these four brothers and only their mother in the home. Their father, Pitambar Bhai, he was died. Now Maharaj performed a great lila over there in the house of Kanubai. There Maharaj asked from something. Sriji Maharaj himself ask for something, a special thing from Kanubai. And Kanubai, she had also a intense desire for giving something to Maharaj, because as it is custom in India, like if some guest come to their house and if that guest is very special, the guest coming from very far, then the all the householders, they have this custom and they are following even today also. They are giving them something to please them as they came to their house from so long distance, or the guest is so special. So in this case, Sriji Maharaj, we know how far the Akshardham from the earth. So Maharaj came from too far. Moreover, Maharaj is so special for this family that there is nothing besides Maharaj for them. So Kanubai was also ready to give everything to Maharaj. But she had a desire. I want to give something to Maharaj, but if Maharaj asks from me, it's more happiness, more happiest moment for me. And Maharaj asked, Kanubai, what you can give me? Then Kanubai said, Maharaj, I have nothing in this hut. They have only like mud hut, nothing else. On the roof, they have the grass. On the floor was nothing but the mud and the soil, nothing else. So Maharaj says, Kanubai, you can give me what is dearest to you. And Kanubai was thinking, she was thinking, what is dearest to me? My cow? No. Then finally she decided, I have nothing dearest to me besides my 4 sons. Then Kanubai called all his 4 sons and she explained to them, like Maharaj asked from me my dearest things, and there is no any other dearest thing for me in this entire world besides you all my 4 sons. So I am going to give all of you to Maharaj. On the other hand, all the 4 sons, these 4 brothers, they were also intensely joined with Maharaj, joining the satsang, that they were happily ready. They all said, please do. This is the best chance for us to please Maharaj. And when Kanubai offered all these 4 sons to Maharaj, Maharaj would become extremely pleased. Even tears of affection came out from the eyes of Maharaj. But Maharaj says, Kanubai, you are alone. Pitambar Bai is no more with you. So who is looking for you, looking after you? Then she said, Maharaj, do not think for me. Accept all these 4 sons. Do not think for me. Then Maharaj says, no. These 2 elder sons you should keep, and 2 young sons I accept. And in this way, two sons with Maharaj and 2 sons with Kanubai. So this is what Kanubai's dedication. He even didn't think for herself. She always think the way to get Rajipo from Maharaj, to the way by which Maharaj plays upon oneself. So this story gives us the message: do not think for yourself. If you have $100 in your pocket, and if Bhagwan asks those from you, immediately give it to Bhagwan. Don't think what will happen to you. Bhagwan would himself look after you, either by providing more money to you or doing any other way. Bhagwan is all powerful. He can manage the thing. Here Kanubai had also offered all 4 sons, but still Maharaj only accepted 2 and make them Sant. One became the Haranand Swami, which is Daho, and the other the Premji, the eldest one, he is become a Prasadanand Swami. And in the Vachanamrut, if we have read, then the Haranand Swami's question was there in the Vachanamrut, and Prasadanand Swami's question was there in the Vachanamrut. These 2 young Santo at the time of Sriji Maharaj, they have done many great things in the satsang. Even Prasadanand Swami had wrote many charitras of Maharaj, many incidents of the devotees in the Granth, which is published as the Prasadanand Swamina Grantho in 2 parts. So this is what the Santo, they perform their service to Maharaj. But the most important thing is that their dedication. Kanubai's dedication, 100% dedication, as well as all these 4 brothers' dedication. They all 4 were ready to become a sadhu. Not hesitantly, but happily. This is called 100% samarpan, 100% dedication. The another thing is that second charitra, the dedication of old Brahmin at Loya. In the village of Loya, in the darbar of the Surakhachar, Sriji Maharaj was sitting under the neem tree, and at the time, in the assembly, there were many santos and bhaktas, they were seated. At the time, an old Brahmin, he was coming in the sabha. He was not sitting, but he was standing last. And Sriji Maharaj himself saw this old Brahmin. He has all torn clothes. He had a turban on his head, but that also like very dirty and like very old, and it was also like torn. All the other clothes he had worn, all those clothes were also torn at one place or other. Now Maharaj himself welcomed him. Bhudev, please come. Then this old Brahmin, he was coming towards Maharaj. After that, he was, after prostrating, after doing darshan of Maharaj, he was giving a 1 single rupee to Maharaj as his dedication, as his samarpan, as a donation. Then Maharaj asked him, Bhudev, please keep this 1 rupee with you, because you have your clothes all torn, and you can get a new turban out of this, or you can get new clothes out of this 1 rupee, because at the time 1 rupee is considered, and it has a great value like that of $100. So he can get more things from out of 1 rupee. So he said, no Maharaj, this is only for you. Maharaj asked him, how did you get this 1 rupee? Then he said, Maharaj, I am old. I do not have any business. I do not have any job. I work as a laborer for some days, and out of that I earn this 1 rupee, and I have desire in my mind even while doing that labor work that I earn 1 rupee and I want to give it to you. I'll give it to you. That was the thought at the time in my mind. So please accept this. Maharaj would become extremely pleased upon that devotee because he had given him everything. Maharaj asked him, "Do you have more money with you at your home?" Then he said, "No, Maharaj. I work hard for earning money, and what I earn, I live on that. But today, after getting this 1 rupee, I was thinking, like, it is better to keep with me. It is better to give it to you. And that is why, please accept this." Then Maharaj says in the Sabha, "He has given me his everything. He had not think for his future. He has not think for what he will earn, what he will eat tomorrow." This is called 100% dedication. Maharaj didn't see how much you can give him. Bhagwan always considered with what sentiment and how much you can, not how much, but with what sentiment you are giving to him. If you have $100,000 in your account, and if you are giving $1 to Bhagwan, Bhagwan would laugh on you. On the other hand, a poor devotee who has only $10 in his account and he is ready to give $10 to Bhagwan, Bhagwan would become pleased upon that devotee. That doesn't mean you give whatever you have, but at least 10% is the rule of Maharaj. This rule is not given us by any non-santo or even present santo or any present Satpurus. These agnyas from Sriji Maharaj himself. So Maharaj would become pleased upon this old Brahmin. Moreover, the another incident of Dubdi Bhatt, when Maharaj was there in the Gadda and the temple construction going to start, and for that Sriji Maharaj himself in the Sabha himself announced for the devotees, "Please donate whatever you want to for the construction of this mandir." Then one devotee, he said, "Maharaj, I will give you 10,000 rupee. The another devotee says, "Maharaj, I'll give you 5,000 rupees. The another devotee says, "Maharaj, 2,000 from me." The another devotee says, "Maharaj, 500 rupees. In this way, all the other devotees, they are announced their amount. But at the time, Dubdi Bhatt came to Maharaj. He was a Brahmin. He was poor. He had not that much money what the other devotees who have announced their amount. So he had a turban, he has a pag on his head. He untied his pag, and in his old pag he had 13 notes. He was opening one after one notes and giving it to Maharaj. After collecting 13 rupees, Maharaj announced in the Sabha, now the donations contribution is accepted, and now after getting these 13 rupees, the mandir's work would be finished. Even the dome of the mandir is finished. And Maharaj announced, "Gopinathji Maharaj Ni Jai." Then the other devotees, they ask, "Maharaj, we have given you this much amount, like 10,000 rupees or 5,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees, and still you are not telling like you have completed, you have done, you have dedicated this much or too much, something like that, or even you do not have announced for the completing of the contribution or donations, or having complete, like there will be complete the donation collection, nothing. Why? And when you get this 13 rupees and you have announced the dome was complete, why? Then Maharaj says, you have 50,000 rupees in your home and you are giving me 10,000. You have 60,000 in your home and you are giving me only 5,000. You have 40,000 in your home and you are giving me only 2,000. On the other hand, this Dubdi Bhatt, he had only this 13 rupees as his savings. Now after he had given me this 13 rupees, he had nothing. Even he had not saved any other amount for his future, his any accidental expenses, emergency expenses. He had not think anything for that. He only think to please me, and that's why he had given me everything. He had not keep any amount for himself. That doesn't mean he is poor, and that doesn't mean he had given me only 13 rupees. The amount he had given me is 100% what he had. You have given me only 2%, 3%, 5%, 10%, nothing more than that. That is why I am pleased upon this devotee. So Maharaj is not become happy how much we are giving to him, but Maharaj is happy Maharaj only become happy upon us when we give our everything to him. And everything meaning all, like our swabhavs, which is not appropriate for a devotee, our bad habits, our monetary donations, and as it is mentioned in the Vachanamrut, we have to inspire others to join this satsang, join this mandir, join in live kathas, join in sabhas, jum sabhas. In this way, that is called our dedication to Maharaj. If we live according to Sriji Maharaj Agnya, then it is considered as we place our body, our mind, our thought in the service of Maharaj, his Ekantik Satpurus. This is called our dedication, our Samarpan. And if we want to please Maharaj like that of Kanubai of Sutrej, like that of Dubdi Bhatt, like that of the old Brahmin who came to Loya, so that is the great example of the dedication of the Samarpan. And if we want to please Maharaj in the same way, then we have to contribute, we have to give him everything without thinking for the future, without thinking for any emergency expenses, without thinking for any future savings, without thinking for anything. If we give him everything, he would become 100% pleased upon us. So let we pray to our all Muktanandiya Parampara Sadguru, our Ekantik Satpurus Pujya Guruji, all present Santos and Bhaktos. Please train us in such a way, and please show your mercy upon us so that we can have the similar thoughts in our mind, and we can also do the 100% samarpan, 100% dedication for the sake of Maharaj and Pujya Guruji and Santo. All this bundle of prayer that we put into the lotus feet of our Thakurji Maharaj. By saying this, my humble Jai Swaminarayan. श्री घनश्याम महाराजनी जय। श्रीपतिम श्रीधरम सर्वदेवेश्वरम भक्तिधर्मात्मजं वासुदेवं हरिं माधवं केशवं कामदं कारणं स्वामिनारायणं नीलकंठं भज। श्री घनश्याम महाराजनी जय।